Steelers now, like Mike Tomlin, 7-7. All right, I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to go to Mason Rudolph. 8-7, 9-7, 10-7. I mean, it's rather remarkable to be able to flip the script like they did, win the last 3 games. Obviously, the Ravens didn't play a whole lot of their superstars, certainly no Lamar Jackson. The Steelers don't care about that. They get to win on Saturday. And how important did that turn out to be? Because that gets them into the postseason now. Now your reward, you go to, obviously, right now, I'd say the hottest team in the AFC, that's the Buffalo Bills. Bills, 9.5. Total is 40, which is interesting. Because the Steelers, the one thing I cannot believe we're having this conversation in 2024, the one thing that Mason Rudolph does that everybody's just gushing over Mason Rudolph for, he pushes the ball downfield.
Yes.
And he, 14, couldn't get involved, George Pickens.
George Pickens is certainly happy with Mason Rudolph.
Absolutely. So you see a tangible change in Mason Rudolph from Mitchell Trubisky and from Kenny Pickett. Now, can you nibble on the Steelers, or is it like the Bills now? Like, they did not play an A-plus football game tonight in Miami, maybe a C+. And they gave the ball away a ton of times and still covered the number on the road against a good team.
And look, I know Josh Allen had 3 turnovers, so I'm not going to say he had a great game, even though he had 359 and 2 touchdown passes. Josh Allen, one thing you can't do is question his toughness. You can question decision-making, but that dude's a tough mother, man. And he showed it tonight. Going, leaping for those first downs. Didn't get the second one, but Buffalo able to hang on and get that to a pick. So you looked at Buffalo, though, tonight. They were the better side.
No doubt. They
were the clear better side in this game. If you look at the stats, they dominated time of possession. They gained Miami by about 200 yards, 6.1 to 5.7. So you get this Bills team coming in, and look, it's already priced in at 9.5 and 10 is basically what I'm seeing in DraftKings. I think 9.5 minus 115 right now. So, yeah, I would have loved to lay. I think there was a couple rogue openers at some small markets with smaller limits at 7.5.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd have loved that because the Steelers have been, and I credit Mike Tomlin, got him in the playoffs. They're 9-2 in 1-score games.
It's amazing.
You just gotta think, man. There's regression coming for this team.
Well,
how does Buffalo get off the high of tonight?
And what I know this is kind of a weird way of handicapping it, but I get gun shy a little bit of watching the Bills in prime time. We saw the Broncos game, the Patriots game, the Giants game. There's numerous examples because the Bills are always in prime time. This is the early game,
early Sunday,
on Sunday in Orchard Park. Like, to me, if there's a spot where I go, yeah, this is the hammer spot coming, this feels like it could be. Now that the pressure's off of the Bills, we're in, we won the division, we're playing 2 games essentially at Orchard Park before we might have to go on the road. They might not leave home again.
Yeah, total, by the way, also is dropping, and I don't disagree with it dropping here. We're starting to see some 39.5s in the market because I think, look, 2 good defenses now. How long is T.J. Watt going to be out? J.J. Watt, I think, said on the CBS postgame show or pregame show that it was like a grade 2 sprain. So I can't anticipate that he's going to play here.
And if he does, how effective can he be? Because, again, think about the way the Bills shut down. I know the Dolphins' offense tonight was not fully staffed with their injuries, but I don't think it's comparable. Yes, George Pickens is a really nice player. Najee Harris did get over 1,000 yards. Jaylen Warren is a good complimentary back. Like, they've got some things working for them in Pittsburgh now with Mason Rudolph. But at the end of the day, are they really going to be able to fight fire with the Bills' firepower offensively? I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't either. So that's why you're seeing this line. Now, maybe 11 was a little bit rich at the faraway store we quoted earlier, but 9.5, 10. That's about where it's going to stay here. And look, you can bring in all the Mike Tomlin underdog trends. They're all fantastic. Those will be put out later in the week. But I think the Steelers, congratulations to them, but I think they're very fortunate.
Yeah,
they're absolutely fortunate to be here. Because look, if Baltimore, let's say they didn't have that wrapped up this weekend and on Saturday, Baltimore, in my opinion, I would have made it 10.5. Both teams at full strength, Baltimore at home. And the Steelers, find a way get a win. Baltimore was resting a lot of their key guys, and they win 17-10. So I can see a low-scoring game here. This total already moving now to 39.5.
And again, not to say that the Steelers are going to be like, we're happy to be here, but it does feel like an accomplishment already that they made it to the second season, that they did win 10 games, double-digit games with a third-string quarterback. And I know their fan base is like, well, is this the new ceiling for us?
Right.
Because I don't think it's reflected in the market. Just look at the numbers. They're the extreme long shot to win the AFC, right? I don't think anybody looks at the Steelers and go, "Oh yeah, this team can win 3 games."
No, I don't think so, and I don't think that they can. But Steelers pretty good at defending both the run and the pass. A little bit worse against the run, and obviously, having T.J. Watt. I know he's known as a pass rusher primarily, but he can stop the run too. So that's going to be a big loss for the black and yellow.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.